Good morning students, welcome to BSc 2 Zoology class. Today we are going to study the structure of 48 hours chick embryo. The structure of 48 hours chick embryo. Okay, so in the last video we discussed the structure of 24 hours chick embryo. 24 hours chick embryo. Now let us discuss the structure of 48 hours chick embryo. So 48 hours chick embryo has 25 pairs of somates. How many pairs? 25 pairs of somates. So actually in 48 hours there should be 28 pairs of somates. As I told you, after 20 hours of incubation, after 20 hours of incubation, for every 1 hour of incubation, 1 pair of somates are added. This will be continued up to 40 hours incubation. 40 hours incubation. After 40 hours of incubation, the number of somates being added to the embryo is becoming lesser and lesser. Therefore 48 hours chick embryo has 25 pairs of somates. 25 pairs of somates. So what are the main development seen during the 48 hours chick embryo? Formation of 48 hours chick embryo. So flexures, here you can see flexures. Flexures means bendings. The embryo at this level looks like an inverted J shape. Inverted J. Inverted J. Can you see? Why this type of structure is developed? It is because of the bending of anterior part of the embryo. Anterior part of the embryo undergoes turns. Two turns. These are called bendings or flexures. There are two bendings: carnial flexure and cervical flexure. Carnial flexure occurs at the level of mesencephalon. Mesencephalon means midbrain. So here one turn has occurred between forebrain and midbrain. Forebrain, this is forebrain. Forebrain and this one is midbrain. Between these two, one bending has occurred. This bending is called as carnial flexure. And one more bending is there at the cervical region. This is occurring at the level of rhombencephalon, hindbrain. So this is hindbrain, midbrain, hindbrain. Here one more flexure has occurred. So these two together makes the anterior end of the embryo to turn on its right side. So it turns on right side. It bends, isn't it? So bending up of the anterior part of the embryo is due to two flexures: carnial flexure and cervical flexure. Next, torsion. Before this stage, the embryo is attached to underlying yolk. Below the embryo, what is present? Yolk is present. This embryo is attached to yolk. But as it comes into this stage, this would be having no connection. It turns on right side and backward direction. So that is called torsion. The process of twisting of the entire embryo along the anterior posterior axis. The twisted the embryo is twisted. Anterior part of the embryo is twisted along its anterior-posterior axis. Anterior-posterior axis. It is turning. It is twisting on its right side. So along the anterior-posterior direction, anterior axis is referred to as torsion. This is called torsion. Because of the torsion, the embryo appears to be inverted J shape. Inverted J shape. It is question mark like. So this is called torsion. Torsion means twisting. The anterior part of the embryo is twisting. It is twisted on its right side, and this twisting process is called as torsion. Torsion. Due to torsion, the anterior part of the embryo is turning on its right side. Okay. Next, the neural folds have met along the mid-dorsal line. Neural folds. These two are neural folds. Neural glue is there. These two folds united mid-dorsally at the anterior-most region. Anterior tip of the neural tube has opening. This had opening earlier, but now it is closed. So neural core is closed. The brain is differentiated into the anterior part of the neural tube is differentiated into brain. Again, this brain is differentiated into three regions, three parts: forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. Forebrain is called as prosencephalon, midbrain is known as mesencephalon, and hindbrain is called as rhombencephalon. So this part is brain. You see the brain. Brain is twisted on its right side. This is forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. Forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. Forebrain is called prosencephalon. Midbrain is known as mesencephalon, and hindbrain is called as rhombencephalon. Thus, the brain has three differentiated parts, such as forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. So bendings occur in between forebrain and midbrain and hindbrain. As a result, torsion has occurred. Okay. So let us see some other structures seen in this embryo. Okay. Hi. The optic vesicle invaginates to form optic duct. The ectoderm facing the optic vesicle thickens to form a lens. The optic vesicle, can you see here? Optic vesicle. This is optic vesicle. It invaginates to form eye. The ectoderm at this region becomes thicker and it forms lens. The ectoderm facing the optic vesicle thickens to form a lens. This is how eyes are formed. They are seen at this stage of embryonic development. Then here there are two auditory vesicles, one on each side of the hindbrain. This is hindbrain. This vesicle is called as ear vesicle. One on either side of the hindbrain. This is hindbrain. This side one, and that side another is there. So these are going to be formed into ear of the embryo. Heart. The heart is tubular in shape. This is heart. Heart is tubular in shape. It has two auricles. And a distinct ventricle. Two auricles are there, one distinct ventricle and one ventricle is seen. Truncus arteries is also there. Two aortic arches are present. Then midline arteries lie between somoids 18 and 20. These are midline arteries. Okay. vitelline artery. These two are vitelline arteries, and these are the vitelline vein, anterior vitelline vein, left anterior vitelline vein, and this is right vitelline vein, right vitelline vein. Okay, so this is about circulatory system. Circulatory system. Okay, the alimentary canal. The foregut is well formed here. The foregut is well formed and shows three divisions: the premoral gut, pharynx, and esophagus. So three divisions can be seen here, but not clearly shown here. Foregut, then the pharynx and esophagus. They are developed. They are developed at this level. Next, excretory system. The pronephric tubules and duct develop, but they are solid. Pronephric tubules are formed, but they are solid. They are solid in nature and hence non-functional. They are non-functional. The mesonephric tubules begin to appear. The mesonephric tubules started to appear in excretory system. Okay. Fetal membranes, development of fetal membranes. The somatopleure grows over the head to form the amnion and chorion. Here, over the head, it forms somatopleure, splanchnoplure, somatopleure. I told you. This is nothing but these are the layers of mesoderm. Somatopleure grows over the head to form amnion and chorion. What are amnion and chorion? Amnion, chorion, allantois, yolk sac. These are all known as extra-embryonic membranes or fetal membranes. These membranes help the embryo to grow properly. So for their growth, for the growth of embryo, these membranes help. Okay. Next, tailbone. It begins to develop posterior to the hindgut. Tailbone. Okay, this is tailbone. So these are somites. Can you see? 25 pairs of somites are present. This is 25th pair of somite. First pair is here. So pharynx. So this would be like this. So as the incubation period, extends, torsion of the embryo continues. Okay. Then further growth can be seen in the next stage. 48-72 hours. Chick embryo shows still more development in their structure. So this is the structure of 48 hours chick embryo. After 48 hours of incubation, the chick embryo would be looking like this. So what are the structures it has that we discussed so far? So with this we have completed chick development. Thank you.